Mann, ich bin's wieder. Okay, so nahe Herren. Hier mit meinem Let's Play von Ace Attorney Investigations Prosecutor's Path. Und beim letzten Mal haben wir, Dings. Was haben wir jetzt gerade gemacht? Brain Lag. Mann, oh. Ach ja, wir haben Investigations betrieben. Und jetzt wissen wir, die Area, in der John gefangen gehalten wird. Jetzt hoffen wir mal, dass Kay und Gumshoe den Kleinen finden werden. Derweil schauen wir mal, was bei der Verhandlung von Patricia Rowland da gerade passiert. Bitte, bitte, die muss schuldig gesprochen werden. Gerechtigkeit muss siegen. 6. April, 2:16 Uhr, District Court, Courtroom Number 3. Huh? Well, if it isn't former Prosecutor Edgeworth. Lays the best. Witness! Face forward! We're not done talking yet. Like I said, you see, why exactly would I have needed to help that person out, Your Honor? Ich muss gerade nochmal auf die Uhr gucken, habe ich ganz vergessen jetzt, weil Alter hasst. Okay, sollte passen. Ja. You know, it's a crying shame. Having a beautiful woman declared guilty. Honestly, it brings tears to my eyes. Also wurde sie doch schuldig gesprochen. Das ist gut. Well, you see, there's no reason for me to go out of my way to hide evidence just to save her. Ach, ist noch nicht so weit. However, we still have the testimony of your son, Prosecutor the Best. He testified that he handed the evidence over to you. Well, I haven't the slightest clue what he was talking about. Wie mir jetzt gerade wieder aufgefallen ist, woher hat er diese Ersatzperücke? I mean, come on. Woher hat er diesen Fake-Bart schon wieder her? Der letzte wurde doch schon von seinem scheiß Feuerzeug da verkohlt. Und der Typ hat echt nicht dazugelernt. Der fruttelt immer noch mit dem Scheiß rum. Der spielt mit dem Feuer. I simply can't imagine why Sebastian would have said something like that, you know? What if there is evidence that shows your connection with Warden Rowland? And just what do you think you're doing, former Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was under the impression that you were no longer in any position to stand in court. Miles Edgeworth, how dare you barge into my prosecutor's bench? Francisca, I'm sorry. I need you to lend me the bench for a little while. What are you saying? Judge Courtney, I've brought vital evidence related to this case. Your Honor, please allow me to testify. Ha ha ha, she'd never allow it.
Objection.
Courtney Pie, Uncle Ray also asked that he be allowed to testify. There are no objections from the prosecution either, right? Understood. The prosecution also had no objections.
Objection.
There's no way you can allow something like this, you know? Such high-handed methods. Surely enough to warrant being held in contempt of court, wouldn't you say, Courtney? As long as John is still in danger, Judge Courtney cannot rule against the warden. I must convey to her somehow that the search for her son is progressing. Judge Courtney, I ask that you have faith in me and my assistant. Now that you mention it, where exactly is she? She is currently out searching for the most important piece of evidence.
Objection.
It's a waste of time. There's no such evidence. Are you stalling for time? How disgraceful.
Objection.
Most important piece of evidence, huh? Courtney Pie. I don't really know what that evidence is, but I think we should have faith in her. After all, even if she may not look like it, she's still the great thief Yatagarasu. Somehow, it seems that Mr. Shields understands. Judge Courtney, we've already determined the general location of that evidence. It's only a matter of time before she steals the evidence back. Jetzt scheint sie verstanden zu haben. I understand. Then I shall give you special permission to testify. Yeah! Thank you, Your Honor. This is ridiculous. Ruhe! There's vital evidence that you have found. Please present it to the court. Place the Best and Patricia Rowland are somehow connected. Allow me to present the evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows the relationship between Patricia Rowland and Blaze the Best? So, wo haben wir das denn? Das war ja hier. Report on Knightley's connection with Dogan by Patricia Rowland to Blaze the Best. Die Informationen hat Rowland an Blaze gebracht. Gesendet meine ich, Entschuldigung. This document contains a detailed report regarding the interrogation of a certain man. A certain man? That man being the late Horace Knightley. And the one who interrogated him was the defendant in this trial, Patricia Rowland. So that means that was the interrogation where... That's right. Patricia Rowland murdered Knightley in the aftermath of the interrogation. And that very interrogation has been recorded in this written report. That definitely sounds like vital evidence. Miles Edgeworth, just now you referred to that document as a written report. Now, just who in the world was that report written for? I thought you might ask that, Franziska. And that's precisely what is most important about this report. We found this document inside the safe in the storeroom on the 51st floor of the Grand Tower. The 51st floor? The storeroom for the black market auction. Indeed, and the conductor of the auction was you, Blaze the Best. You received a report about the victim from Warden Rowland. In the face of this evidence, can you still say you have no connection to this case? In regards to that, I refuse to answer. Ah ja, klar. What? It has yet to be proven in court that it was in the conductor of the black market auction. I was. Oh, have you already forgotten the events of this morning? I believe I had already proved it back then, I did not? I will not deny that I was bested by you. However, that was all at the crime scene. Who knows if the results will be the same in court? An acquittal is still possible, you see. Until it's been proven in court that I am the conductor of the black market auctions. You can't prove that document was addressed to me. Your logic is twisted. That's not very nice, you know. My logic isn't twisted, is it, Courtney? Don't you feel the same way? It was quite unlike you to allow former Prosecutor Edgeworth's statement just now, you know? It saddens me, you see, that you would fail to uphold the law as a judge should. In fact, I'm so upset by this, and I have no other choice but to use my last resort, you know. It is, as you say, something that has to not been proven in court, does not merit any deliberation. Oh Mann, wir müssen hier irgendwie klar machen, dass das Ding ist. Blaze ihr nichts anhaben kann, weil er ja so blöd war, seine Leute auf seinen Sohn zu hetzen, nicht auf John. I will have to overrule Mr. Edgeworth's claim. As I thought, until John has been rescued. You see, the truth at the scene and the truth in the courtroom are two very different things. So you're saying the truth can be distorted in court as long as it's for your sake? What a horrible thing to say. I'm not distorting the truth or anything like that, you know? If a not guilty verdict is handed down, then that becomes the truth. That's all it is, you see? It's useless. There's nothing we can do unless the missing evidence turns up. Now then, Courtney, why don't you deliver a not guilty verdict and let's get this over with? After all, that evidence isn't gonna show up anytime soon, you know? Yep! Who raised an objection just now? Sebastian! Pops! Sebastian. Why did you come back here, now of all times? Sebastian, what is the meaning of this? Just where were you and what have you been doing since you abandoned your own trial? I'm sorry, I was, Such an act is unbecoming of a prosecutor. You should be ashamed. Well... Franziska, jetzt lass den Kleinen doch mal in Ruhe. Konnte ja nichts dafür, dass er von seinem Vater gekidnappt wurde. Sebastian, you still don't get it, you know? This court has no place for a sniveling child such as yourself. Und du sei mal schön leise. Pops, Huh? I've come to present new evidence, Your Honor. So, please, let me take my place back at the prosecutor's bench. Sebastian, I didn't think he would come back.
Objection.
Ha 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 ha. What's all this now, Sebastian? You don't seem at all like your normal self. Pops? Come now, what's the matter? You want Daddy to play with you? Is that it? Well then, why don't we just head on back home? Return to the witness stand. What's wrong? You're shaking like a leaf. Your Honor, the prosecutor officially in charge of this case has just arrived with new evidence. The trial is still in session. In light of this, shouldn't we continue with the proceedings? Naturally, the defense has no objections, Your Honor. I'm sure the defense attorney originally in charge would say the same. The prosecution has no objections either, Your Honor. Continue with the proceedings? That won't be necessary. Isn't that right, Courtney? Blaze still believes that he was the one who kidnapped John. As long as John still hasn't been found, Judge Courtney will remain bound by Blaze and nothing else will change that. That sound is... your handy. Her cell phone. My phone as well? Huh? Uncle Ray's phone is also... Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Shields! We found John, sir!
Yeah!
Ja! Sie haben's geschafft! Ja! Geil! Oh ja, sie haben's geschafft! Geil! Ja! We rescued John! Excellent work, detective. That kid was the most important piece of evidence, right? Way to go, Kay. I wanted to spread the word quickly, so I had everyone call. Judge Courtney, it's for you. Yes, I see. I'm so glad you're safe. Make sure you properly thank everyone, okay? Be careful and come home safe. Let us resume the proceedings. Now that I may once again swing my gavel to my heart's content. You're kidding, right? This is just a sad joke, you know? Schnauze, du hast nichts mehr zu sagen. Witness, this is no joke. Please return to the stand. Prosecutor the best as well. Promptly return to your seat at the prosecutor's bench. Yes, Your Honor. Sebastian the best. Yes, Miss Von Karma. I leave the rest to you. Huh? Going up against your own father. It won't be easy. I shall observe how things pan out. From the gallery. Now then, allow me to ask once more. Is the prosecution ready? Prosecutor the best, what is this new evidence you wish to present? The missing knife and chisel, Your Honor. You mean they finally be found? Prosecutor the best, is this true? The knife and chisel, it wasn't able to find them. I searched and searched. I really did. But it was already too late. Too late? What do you mean? I remembered this morning when I passed by Pops in the garage at home. He was holding something wrapped in a newspaper. Pops, where are you going? Ah, Sebastian. Just taking out some trash. Habt ihr das Klingeln gehört? At that moment, I heard it. The faint sound of a bell. Could that sound have been, by any chance, the bell attached to Dogan's chisel? In other words, you're saying that the witness threw away the evidence? I searched for it, but it didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Where exactly did you search for it? The garbage dump. I went to the garbage dump and searched everywhere. I thought the evidence Pops threw away had to be there. Isn't that Sebastian? What are you doing here? He ignored us. So at that time he had gone to the garbage dump. But this was all I could find. It smells rather peculiar. Now that you mention it, there's kind of a funky smell coming from you as well. What do you expect? I was digging through garbage! And what of the knife? I think it's buried somewhere in that giant mountain of trash. I couldn't find it by myself. I understand. I shall accept this into evidence. Well done, Sebastian. You never betray my expectations, you know. You searched so desperately through the garbage and that's all you have to show for it. Oh, what a tearjerker. I'm tearing up already.
Objection.
Halt die Schnauze. It's a bit too early for tears, don't you think? We haven't examined the evidence properly yet. I think it's just a pointless waste of time, you know? I'm counting on you, Sebastian, Miles. Show him that the truth can be exposed in court and take him down. Mr. Sheets is backing us up. Now all we need is a breakthrough. Prosecutor the best. Let's take a closer look at the evidence. Right. Well then, let's do this. Tun wir's. Let's have a look inside. It'd be great if we could find some kind of proof. This is the belt that was attached to Dogen's chisel. Are there any traces left behind on it? It's no good. There's not even a single smudge on it. What did you find, Prosecutor the best? Did you even find anything? Darn it! Of course you'll find nothing. Something like that can't be called evidence, you know? All it is trash. It may be sad, but that's the truth, you see. Was Sebastian's effort all for naught? Indeed, this bell does not seem to be valid evidence. However... Mr. Edgeworth, are you really giving up? Calm as always, Edgeworth. Quite unlike Sebastian here. Well then, is the prosecution finished with this argument? Justine! Not yet! We're not through yet! There's still something we haven't examined. You're still not giving up. Struggling in vain's not cute at all, you know. It seems Sebastian hasn't given up yet either. And I was just thinking the exact same thing. The last item remaining. Is it trash or is it evidence? If we don't examine it, we'll never find out. The item I'm thinking of is... Wie wär's mit den Zeitungen? We're still not done examining the newspaper that the bell was wrapped in. It seems that Sebastian has the same idea as I do. Wow, this is just wonderful, you know? So wonderful, it's to cry for. Is it desperation or simply reckless abandon? Are you really going to... all your hopes on a worthless scrap of newspaper? You won't know for sure whether or not it's worthless until we examine it, will we? Sebastian, let's examine it post-haste. Ich denke mal, das machen wir im nächsten Part. Das war ein Ehrenschluck. Oh, Sebastian wird erwachsen, das ist doch schön. Freue mich, dass er mal hier Stärke zeigt und ja. Ah, geil. Für die Fetischisten unter euch, aber ja. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung war gern gesehen. Das war's von meiner Seite, wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. See ya, guys.